Welcome to Night City. With Cyberpunk 20 enough to go hands-on with the first 4 hours or so of the game at a recent preview event. And we're here to give you our full impressions. In Night City's huge open world, there's so much to see and explore in the physical and digital realms. Your main goal as protagonist V is getting your hands on a prototype piece of cyberware that holds the key to immortality. But with literally everyone else in town sporting mechanical implants that basically make them superhuman, you're also going to have to enhance, change, and sacrifice your body in order to get it. The main story of Cyberpunk 2077 isn't the be-all and end-all though, and there is so much to do for the edge runner who wants it all. The demo we played consisted of a few missions we've all seen in the Cyberpunk gameplay videos released so far, but we also played through plenty of new content and met new characters not yet seen. Perhaps most importantly, we got the chance to simply exist in Cyberpunk's world, walking and driving the streets of Night City. We explored its neon-lit alleyways, spoke to its inhabitants, looked through our inventory and character development screens, and fantasized about the kind of Cyberpunk hero we'll be after spending hours and hours and hours with Cyberpunk 2077. Because, believe us, we're going to be spending a lot of time with this game.
Alright then. Says he needs a second or two. Go get yourselves drinks or something.
Way ahead of you, viejo. This is it. The heart of Night City. That's it right there.
In particular in this game deserves a shout out because it looks pretty great. This is a world obsessed with power, glamour, and ceaseless body modification, and that's reflected in the people that live here. The desperately poor and the ultra-rich live side by side, but everyone answers to the mega corporations and gangs that run the streets. You'll of course meet these gangs yourself, from the Mox and Maelstrom to the Tiger Claws and the Animals, each with their own shady dealings. The only entities wealth during combat, while technical ability splits into crafting and engineering, allowing you to create clothing or weaponry with mods already installed, or automatically dismantle any junk you pick up. Our current favourite is a cool tree called Cold Blood. It's a bit like Berserk, activating when you reach roughly half health and triggering buffs to—
How you been?
These attributes and perks do far more than simply make you better at fighting. Passing requisite skill checks during missions will open up key choice variations later in your story, and can change the often complicated relationships between fixers, mercenaries, megacorporations, and gangs. Missions can often go completely differently depending on what you bring to the table, and after the dust has cleared, more than once you'll be asking, what could have happened if I'd done or said this instead of that? It feels like that freedom really is the core of the Cyberpunk 2077 experience. Depending on which background story you choose for your character, nomad, street kid, or corporate, your friend and business associate Jackie Wells can be introduced in different ways. We played as a street kid in our demo, and so met Jackie while trying to steal a car because he was attempting to steal it too. It'll be interesting to see how the experience of Night City changes and evolves later in the game, depending on which of the 3 different backgrounds you chose. As a street kid, we know the underbelly of the city intimately. It's a tough life, but it's well suited to dialogue scene at all, meaning you can walk away from a conversation rather than have to cancel out of it. Dialogue occurs fluidly, apart from in set scripted moments. Walk up to someone and dialogue choices appear, walk away, and they disappear. It's a nice time-saving mechanic. Another neat little time saver is your mobile phone. You don't need to worry about always going out of your way to visit people in person because you can just video call them instead. Press the D-pad to answer or go into your directory to text. Video calls have dialogue options just like face-to-face conversations, and you can even use the phone to send data and files you need to hand in for a quest, saving yet another journey. It's the world of tomorrow, today.
Not shabby at all. Question's how long it'll last you.
That'll get me to Night City. I'll figure something else out there.
Right.
Another neat little trick is the ability to call your car, much like you could call Roach or indeed any video game horse, and it magically drives up to you